something. Listen, can you like pause it or something? Because I need to talk. Because like, let me tell you something. I'm not gonna lie to you. I knew nothing about whatever the fuck this shit is before he pressed play. I'm gonna be completely transparent. I didn't even like the first few minutes of whatever this pilot episode was. I was actually low key. I was about to text you a few minutes in, and I was about to be like, you know what? I'm kind of paced around, sort of losing interest. I kind of see the appeal, but I don't think this is a show for me. And then somewhere, I think it was when they showed him working at that burger mart, and I think it was right after he had got destroyed by that bully. For some, like from there onwards, the story got tremendously better. Because by this point in time and onward, it's like, okay, this is a really particular sort of world he's building here.
Yep.
I really wished that he went for a stronger opening because I'm a little afraid that there may be a lot of reactions similar to mine, or maybe I can help quell those reactions or something. But because I thought it had a almost strikingly, I don't want to say bad. I just thought I had a really, really weak opening. But for some reason, once we get past like the Burger Mart scene, the story really becomes like, okay, I think we finally have at least my attention. Okay, maybe I'm being too harsh because I don't know. It takes a lot for me to say that something animated is great, and I thought that this was genuinely great. Maybe I'm missing something, but again, really, really weak opening, really weak. Like, but other than that, once you get past maybe like the first, maybe like 10 minutes, if you can wade through that, this is amazing. Because for some reason, it's almost like he fell asleep at the wheel at the beginning of the script, and then he just woke up, and then he's literally lost his fucking mind. I really like what they're doing with the ending was so crazy. I don't even remember these niggas' names, but the main Invincible kid with the Superman father. I like the kid played by Steven Yeun. I don't even know these characters' names, but yeah, I really like that character. I thought he was oddly endearing, and relatable. I just wish it had I don't know if you like totally disagree, but I just wish it had a stronger opening because wow, was this great. I really thought this was great. Yeah.
Yeah. So people have been talking years about the comic Invincible. That's one of the greatest comic books authentically created out of nothing. And that for years they were like, they really wanted to kind of make this a film. They wanted to make this also a show. And they compromised and ended up making this an animated series, but they still said that they're eventually going to make this an actual film later on down the line. And so I intentionally didn't go and read the comics. I wanted the whole series to finish, but I had no idea that Amazon was going to pick this up as quickly. And so I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go in fresh, not knowing. But I knew that the show had this or the comic had this affinity of violence. And so when we watched in the beginning of the show, I was kind of like you, I was like, oh, wow, maybe this is going to be like a PG version. Like, I swear, like, I was like, this is maybe like one of the old Justice League episodes.
Yeah, it felt so
innocent,
I cannot believe I'm this gassed about talking about this because, like, legitimately, and this is no disrespect to Robert Kirkman or something, but, like, it just looked almost painfully uninteresting from the outside in. So I'm really glad that I saw this because, like, I would love to sell people on this show, or at least this pilot, anyways, because this pilot was like off the chain. Like, I wish I could have a word with that marketing team, boy. Shit, because
I think what they're doing is they're basing this on the people that know the comic. But I think that they really could sell this a completely different way. But it could be this. It could be this. At the beginning of the episode, you had these two. This was one guy. He had a clone version of stuff. It looked like the Hulk purple, and like then the pseudo Justice League, and then Omni-Man came up on his own, and they stopped him. The weird thing about it, I was like, man, nobody died. I was like, the whole entire show, honestly, nobody got really physically hurt or injured or died brutally at all. Because the only one moment was when, you know, the pseudo Batman character, you know, he sacrificed himself to get the girl out, but Omni-Man came in the nick of time and saved him. Till you get to the very end. Matter of fact, no, it's even worse than that, because the show could have ended with, you know, your boy Mark in his suit finally like realizing himself, and then just went from there. But they're like, no, they're gonna continue it, and then you know, all these heroes hyped up together to meet, and then without spoiling it, just a whole bunch of violent, gory death to the likes that I hadn't seen in some animes in a long time. Straight up, like this is on some ninja. I'm saying, I don't even know. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I just know that was one of the most violent things I've seen in a very long time from an animated standpoint. Because anime back in the day used to go for it, but not nowadays. Not that realism.
That shit was so ridiculous. I don't even think it's fully registered just how awful that was. Oh my goodness, was that fucked up? Jesus Christ. That shit was so fucked up. I was legitimately just laughing hysterically because I didn't know any other way to emote.
Yeah, I was kind of like, I wish Jor-El had his camera on because I would have loved to see that.
I didn't know. Like I said, I had no idea the show was gonna be this good. Like, I had no idea. Not this. This is so good that like I'm actually mad at the marketing because what the fuck? Y'all should have took a totally different approach to get somebody like me to watch. Because shit, this is some heat right here.
Yeah, I think that Steven Yeun, like you said, as Mark, I think he is a very endearing character because he's fundamentally flawed, and he also at the same time, you know, is very human, in a really interesting way. It's not just like he's not like the pseudo hero, like his friends, how he is in school, like, it's just very different than what we've seen before. And I think his voice acting is really good too. Like he doesn't sound like Steven Yeun, but J.K. Simmons as Omni-Man, now
he's amazing.
After seeing his end credit, oh my god, I don't know what's coming.
he has this amazing dominance to the role that's hard for me to articulate. I'm kind of just blown the fuck away. Like I wasn't expecting to be blown away. My nigga, I was just trying to watch a little something before I go hang out with some buddies. Like, and that was legitimately like, whoa.
Yeah, it was some heat. It really was some heat, you guys. So if you guys are watching this and wondering if the show is worth it,
oh my god,
we're not spoiling anything. We're just telling you when the time comes, you'll realize why we're saying everything we're saying. I'm curious to see what like the social media reaction is going to be because,
dude, one thing I was trying to shout at you, but the people were being killed so violently, I don't even think it could be heard. But like, I was screaming at you that there was no music.
Oh no, I heard you. I heard you. I was just in shock. I heard you.
And this is like truly the mark of masterclass editing, in my personal opinion, because the uses of silence was it was just such an ingenious idea because, you know, it's difficult to discern whether what we're watching is, you know, it's just meant to be just ominous. Is there some dark comedy in there? It really allows you to interpret it like in a very open sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't know. It really caught me off guard, for real. It really caught me off guard. Bad.
Yeah, I really think
the whole episode, to be honest with you.
Honestly, Kirkman intentionally had it lay this kind of feeling of safety that you felt. Because again, nobody even really remotely got hurt. You didn't even see any blood, minus the one time that, you know, your boy got punched in the face. But for the most part, you didn't see a broken bone. You didn't see any blood. You didn't see any death. Like, it felt like really, even just the opening conversation between the security guards, just so, you know, it was weird because it sounded very adult and serious, but yeah, it was kind of like really kind of like just played off really naturally. And like you feel this like, man, I feel like something bad's about to happen. I feel like something bad's about to happen, but it never does. And then
you know what? I'm gonna say something slightly fucked up. You know why I don't talk about like a lot of you guys talk about a lot of these DC like animated films or Marvel animated films that have animation style similar to Invincible. One of the reasons why I don't be talking about these goddamn films is because I'm not gonna name any names, but I ain't trying to be disrespectful. But the reason why I watch these films because a lot of them they just bleed together or they're just more or less the same. It's just a different plot. Kind of like the execution of Smallville. You know, my heart's always there for you, Smallville. But anyway, this was genuinely something different, for real, for real.
oh
This
yeah,
was not just like sometimes even in the chat I'll be hearing you guys talk about certain DC animated films. I'm like, big dog, it really wasn't like that. This is really something like that. Like this is something I would almost go as far as to say, even if you don't even give a fuck about animated shit like that, but you love movies, this is something that could like make that person a fan, you know? I think that's why I'm praising it and so highly, you know.
yeah.
Um, this could attract somebody who don't even watch animated stuff like this.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
their marketing on Twitter, I followed them and I've been following the notifications and they've been plugging it a lot. They've been plugging it a lot, but I don't think people know what the show really is unless they've actually read the comics. Those people that read the comics, they know
Mhm.
what's coming, but everybody else does not. And I mean,
No.
yeah, like if you want to set the bar, this first episode did it.
Yeah, because
Period.
this came across like like Robert Kirkman's just dipping his toe in the superhero world. Like that's I don't know about all that, but and then it looks like he's taking like a super safe route. Like I'm really not interested now. And good God, was I wrong? Jesus Lord.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, for me, as the first episode, this is a 10. It really did. It it exceeded my expectations. I do agree with you. The slow burn, it definitely was off-putting. I was really going off of what people have been saying for years that made me like, all right, I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for it kind of thing. But I also curious to wonder that as I go through the season, each
Mhm.
episode, will I appreciate how subtly it kind of rolled out later on? Because there were certain conversations that were had in the
Mhm.
beginning with like interactions with the dad and the mom and Steven or Steven's character Mark that I was kind of like, I feel like there's some things being missed here that I'm missing from the conversation that I just don't really know. Um, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I enjoyed it though. Go ahead. I'm done. I'm done.
Yeah, I don't know how to rate that. I can't even articulate just how much that took me aback because that shit looked boring, fam. So I'm kind of like at a loss for words. It's definitely a 9 or 10 out of 10, but I don't know which one because that superseded my expectations.
Yeah, and again, he hadn't seen a trailer or anything. Like he didn't even
Nothing.
know that Mark
Mhm.
Hamill was one of the voice actors. He didn't know that
Mhm.
Steven Yeun was one of the voice actors. So Jor-El went into this completely cold. So hopefully you guys enjoyed our first review, and maybe you might see our reaction somewhere. We'll see. That's all I'm gonna say. Later, guys.
I can't believe that just happened.